to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs. My new best friend, Alison Hilton. Compliments at a Hilton Salon and Spa. May I say, before we start, that my compliments to you, because you look phenomenal.
Oh, wow, thank you.
I mean, you're impeccably dressed. You're a testament, a walking billboard, and a walking, like I said, a walking testament of what your salon philosophy, your mission of your salon is. Because you look it, you breathe it, you live it.
I do. It's my hobby.
It's definitely not your hobby. It's your passion. It's something.
It is my passion.
Yes?
Yes.
How long have you had the salon?
This location I've had for about 16 years, but I've been in the business for 40 years. And
40 years in the beauty business.
yeah, I was just out of high school, and I remember my mother saying, if you find something you love, you'll never feel like you have to work a day in your life. And I can't believe 40 years have gone by.
Tony Bennett actually said something similar like that. I mean, he says that he's never gone and worked a day in his life because he always loves what he does.
So maybe that's where she got it from.
You'll have to ask her.
Yeah.
So you get out of high school and then you find this little niche.
It was the strangest thing. I was just about to graduate from high school, and I was waiting at tables at an ice cream parlor, and a gentleman who owned a salon asked me what I was going to do with my life, and I wasn't quite sure yet, and he said, had you ever thought of being a hairdresser? And it just oh, that sounds like a great idea. And 2 weeks later, I was in beauty school.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And you didn't look back. You didn't want to do anything else after you got started into the salon business.
No.
What has changed in this last 40 years since you started? I mean, beauty is beauty, and beauty is, of course, ageless, right? And timeless. But what has changed in the business itself?
Well, what I really think has changed is that we focused in the beginning on the exterior of the person, and which is super, super important.
Sure.
But there's so much more to it. There's how a person feels about themselves on the inside. That really is what makes beauty successful.
You are a life coach as well, then.
Yes.
And so you're coaching people not only on their exterior, but also you delve into what is that fuels their fire, what is that their motivation, what is their maybe...
Help them to see themselves in a positive way, and to give them simple tips to reach whatever goals they have, to create lifestyle. It doesn't have to be a diet. You know the word diet in Latin, it means lifestyle?
I did not know that, and I should know those things because I am Latin. And I did not know that. Diet means lifestyle. Interesting.
Yeah.
When we look at ourselves in the mirror, we always wanted to see someone that is improved. Even the most beautiful person would find a flaw in her or him. What do you tell somebody that looks at himself or herself in the mirror and goes, you know what, I'm not just satisfied with even a beautiful person? What do you tell that individual?
Well, I do believe that we have to please ourselves first. So if somebody is unhappy with a feature or something, if it's something they can go fix it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I say, it's what they believe.
So cosmetic surgery, anything that would, at least in the person's mind, make him or her believe that, okay, now I am fixed, or now I'm looking much better.
But even still, they won't be satisfied until they find it in themselves, that place where they fall in love with themselves.
How does one fall in love with themselves? I mean, how do you breach that? I mean, you're a life coach and you're teaching them that, and I can see where exteriorly you're doing a phenomenal job, but interiorly, how do you convince someone that, look, you're going to be okay, you're beautiful outside now?
Well, not everybody listens, but it really comes down to just little things that you do to make a person feel good about themselves. You know, we all know what we need to do. It's whether we take those actions, whether it's exercise or diet. And I believe it starts with meditation. Okay. And I do a exercise of meditation that I think is really helpful for people to fall in love with themselves, and then they're inspired to make the better choices.
You do this every day?
Yeah.
Before you do anything else?
Yeah. I start with my cup of coffee in the morning.
Oh, me too.
And I choose to do that all healthy with coconut oil and whip it in a magic bullet and.
Oh, nice. I have one of those, by the way.
Do you use coconut oil in your coffee?
I do not, but I do have a magic bullet.
Well, you should try it because caffeine, when mixed with dairy, doesn't cross the brain barrier. But when you mix it with coconut oil, it helps to really improve your brain.
You know, when I was a kid, I grew up in South America. We grew up with coconuts and quinoa and all these, you know, superfoods. Now that, like, this was thing. I mean, we wanted a coconut, we just sent somebody to pick it up from the tree and chop it in half, and that's it. That's how we grew. I mean, now it's so, the coconut oil and this is.
It is rather amazing. Coconut oil is an antidepressant. So
it
just
is?
starting your day with a cup of coffee and a tablespoon of coconut oil is a really good thing.
I gotta ask you this. So you've been in this business for 40 years plus, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to have a story about somebody that came into your salon or something that really stands out in your mind. Maybe a famous person, maybe somebody that came in and did something outrageous. Can you recall of any story like that?
I can recall a lot of stories. I personally, it's those relationships that you develop. You know, just as I was getting ready this morning, a gentleman called me up who's in his 80s, and I took care of his wife's hair for many, many years. And she passed away a few years ago. And, you know, I'm the kind of go-to person who he needed somebody to help him find an upholsterer. And he called me just as I was walking out the door, and I said, I got it handled. There's somebody coming to pick up your pillows. And I said, just don't worry about it. It's handled. I'll take care of you. And he goes, I know, you always have.
So it is then more than just being a salon owner, because we can talk about you know, the superficiality of it, I guess. But that's why I'm trying to understand. I mean, you've been in the business for such a long period of time. It's made you more than just a salon owner. It's made you a...
They're my family.
It's a family.
You know what? All I want to do is whatever I can and just listen to the person, so I'm there for them, and do my best work. And one of the things I also do is train young hairdressers coming out of beauty school. So they stand at my side, they learn how to build those relationships, and they learn all the technical skills that it takes 40 years to find the shortcuts to get the best results. And I hope to inspire young people into the business, and I hope to inspire my clients on their good days and their not so good days to have a better life.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
And do you find, though, when you were trained, that you're kind of transferring the same techniques, if not the same values, that somebody must have influenced in your life to those young people that are coming through your salon?
Well, I've had my role models through life that are those people that you want to emulate.
Sure.
And
who is your role model?
I've had quite a few. I have a role model who's a life coach and a motivational speaker who last year presented a gift to me and told me I was her role model. So that's a wow.
That is a wow.
And her name is Marcia Weeder. She's a spiritual life coach, and I'm in an organization called the Meaning Institute, where we really, find meaning in our life. And I discovered on this quest that I accidentally stumbled on it 40 years ago, my life purpose of living this spiritual life and being creative and serving people.
What is that moment like? It's got to be very cathartic when you find out exactly what it is that you're put here to do.
Yeah, it's a feeling of joy.
Sure.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm loved because now I connect with what my purpose is. So it's joy.
You've done it all. I mean, one can see that through your history as an entrepreneur, you've done it all. What's left for you to do?
That's a I got plenty of time. I figure I learned recently that I should never say like I'm going to live to be 100. You have to say you're going to live to be over 100.
Nice.
So that you don't have a stop point.
There you go. Is there something that you want to achieve, something that you want to accomplish, still that is still elusive in your life?
I would say just get to that place of financially where I just don't have to worry about anything, and I'm on my quest. I know I'm going to get there. I am doing a lot with continuing to learn new things and change. So life's a journey with lots. I get so many different ideas. I can't even tell you the right. The one that is most important to me is the minute I accomplish something, I got 3 more. So I live in overwhelm, and I've become comfortable with it because I'm overly enthusiastic, and I keep coming up with new ideas.
But you know, that's very obvious, and I mean, you can feel it in your voice and your presence, the way that you carry yourself, the whole package. Alison Hilton. The whole package. What was the by the way the tagline for the business?
Everyone deserves compliments.
You're looking beautiful today, Taylor. Casey, you're looking phenomenal today. See?
Thank you.
I'm just very loyal to your tagline.
Thank you.
With that, we're out.